Hey, y'all.
Well, I tell you what, I'm Rick Butler from Butler Homestead, and we're out here tonight. We want to share a few things with you. And here's my partner in crime. Her name is?
Hi, I'm Alice.
And she is the brains of this whole outfit.
For those of y'all who don't know me already.
Oh, y'all don't know her? Oh, well, I'm glad she's here tonight. She hadn't been with me on any of the videos so far, so we're trying to incorporate her in here because she comes up with all the good ideas. Well, I want to share some things tonight that I believe is real important. I won't say we're going to be serious the whole time because you just never know, do you?
No.
You never know what's going to come on our video. But anyway, like we said, this is Rick and Alice. We're from the Butler Homestead, and we just have a lot of fun. But I want to go back and let's go ahead and get started on this thing. If you remember my last video that you tuned in with us, it was about seed saving and how important it was to seed save. Now, I'm going to add something to that, so I want you to listen real close. I told you that they had some problems with seeds, and we didn't know what we were going to do, and some people's crops didn't do very good because of the problem with some seeds. Well, some things happened over the last couple of days. I was in one of our local businesses who sell seeds. And I mean, they're a pretty good sized organization. They sell seeds. And so I wanted to share with you what this man told me. He said, and these are his words to me, and I'm in there at least every week. And I was talking to him and told him I was going to come get some seeds. And he said, by the way, preacher, he said, there is a lot of folks coming in and buying seeds for next year right now. They're going ahead and buying them. And he said, are y'all going to be planting these next year or now? When you going to do it? And he said, no, these are going in the freezer so they can be kept, and then I can plant them next spring. So just as a word, I'm not one to do anything about alarm or anything. But if we know that people are buying seeds in advance, kind of makes sense. If you're going to plant plant squash next summer at the beginning of the year, you might want to go ahead and get you some squash seeds. Just a little bit. Don't have to get a lot. They don't give seeds away very often. But I wanted to share that with you, how important it would be. And if you have heard anything about any seeds anywhere, or if you had a problem with seeds, I know this video, we've already done one on seed saving, but we're going to add this as an addendum, and then we've got some more stuff. But if you have some comments that you'd like to make about seeds and seed saving, or if you've had any problems with your seeds, let us know about that. That way we can become aware of it. But we did want to let you know that there are people now that are talking about getting seeds for next year right now. And so I just wanted to let you know about that. It's kind of it's not an emergency, but just good information when you find out this big company sells a lot of seeds, and they are already selling next spring seeds. And here it is. We're just have got into September. So that's kind of a few months ahead of time. So I just wanted to share that with you so you could be aware of that. Let me know what happens or if your seeds give you any problems at all.
And y'all know, I don't know if Rick told you or not. I think he has, but we've been living on this piece of property for 15 years now, a little over, and but we really haven't been homesteading except for the last couple of years or so. So we're just really getting started into this too. We gardened, but we have learned so much in the last 3 years. Now, I'm just going to throw out some names there. Justin Rhodes and Rebecca Rhodes, and Joyce Allerton and Danny and Wanda from Deep South, they're...
Don't forget the hollers, too.
And the and the hollers. And so the land,
land, yeah.
Jason and Lorraine, and Vin and Meg off of the hollers. But anyway, there's several of them that we really watch on a regular basis. And we have learned so much. And we're in our 70s, and there's just a lot to learn out there that we didn't know about. And so anyway, so just wanted to, and so we're just wanting to share with y'all too, to help y'all, because we know how important it is for us to, you know, learn and raise our own food right now, because we don't know what they're putting in the food in the grocery stores. Well, yes, actually, we do know what they're putting in the foods in the grocery stores. But anyway, we like to grow our own food, and that way we know what's in there. We grow it as natural as we can. We're not certified organic, but we do grow organically.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so that's my...
Well, one of the things I'm learning, being on a homestead, I've had gardens most of my life, and we've had a lot of gardens, planted a lot of seeds, harvested a lot of food over these years, because when you're 73, you've done a lot of gardening over the years. But I don't know a lot about them, and I'm learning more, and I was out for several years with some medical issues that I had to have some things done, and as a result of that, when I got back in, we started looking at YouTube videos, which is a good thing. Like with us, that's why we want to get this information out. So don't forget, before you leave, before you close up this video, don't forget to, we want you to go ahead and subscribe, share, ring the bell, and most like it. Put it down there. If you got comments, hey, I have to get me a piece of paper here to kind of help me to keep this thing rolling like it should. But we need your help to make sure we can get it going like we should. So don't forget to subscribe and like it and share it. Most of all, share it with your friends so they can learn about these same things that we're doing.
And comment on it. You know, tell us what you want to see, the things that you want to see, and what you want to learn about. But we want to help and encourage y'all to do this, because it's just very important right now at this time of our age, not our age, but the age of time, you know, right now, with the way that things are going in the world right now. So, well,
it's no secret the way things are going in the world, sure. And we're, you know, you never know, somebody might be talking about starting another war. You might have heard something like that. But one of the things, we're not fear mongers, because we don't want to fear anything, because we know God's is on our side, and He's going to watch over us. And that's one of the reasons that, you know, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to some of that, but I'm aware of the things that are happening all over the world. So now we need to get busy. We need to get ready planning our homesteads and knowing what to do. Now, I've got a few books I want to share with you some things about, because just think, you've heard if the grid goes down, you've heard about the grid. If you've know about the grid, raise your hand, just like I'm doing. Okay. Well, if the grid goes down, we have no electricity. You can't just pick up your phone and say, well, I think I'm going to go look up on a how-to book on how to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. So I would encourage all of you to begin to put together a book library. Now, I'm just going to show you just a few of them. This is one, y'all have heard of Polyface and Joe Salatin. Well, this is one of his books, and I want to encourage you to get this book. It's a tremendous book. It has a lot of helps. It has a lot of pictures, which I like pictures, but there's a lot of things in here to tell you how to do certain things on your homestead. You want to be able to get this, because if the electricity goes out, you won't be able to go look on YouTube and figure it out. Yeah. So get you some books started. You don't have to get them all. You might have a library all over the place. We've got a lot of different things. Even this one right here is an older book. It's been around a long time. Even if you can find this one, it would be a good one. It's on 5 acres and independence. And it's a tremendous book on how to lay out a homestead, and on 5 acres, how to survive and be self-sustaining. That's a tremendously good book. If you can find it still around, I'll get a copy as quick as you could.
And you know, speaking of 5 acres too, you don't really have to have 5 acres. You can just have 1 acre, or you can just live in a subdivision. You can do planting anywhere. And I know Rick's already done this in one of his videos, but you can do container gardening, raised bed gardening, you know, just plant something. That's important.
Well, that's it. Just plant it. Go ahead. And it's we're moving into the fall time of the year, and now's the time to plant your your cold weather crops, the ones that you like to plant, collards and cabbages and beets and whatever, whichever ones you want. But plant something. Don't just say, well, I'll just wait till next year. No, go ahead and start now. Get you a little pot, get you a little bag. If you're located in a subdivision or in an apartment, you can do something. But in developing what you're doing, you can start homesteading without having a huge homestead somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. And let me tell you, beets, we found out last year, we grew beets last year, and they're so good. But better than the beets themselves, because our beets didn't do that great. I think we didn't have enough nitrogen in our garden, but the beet leaves are absolutely delicious. They make a great salad. So anyway.
And if we were looking for a little snack, we just went out there and picked off some and ate them. And that was very good to do that. Now here's a book that would be real good for you. It's called Root Cellaring: How to Preserve Your Food, What to Do with It, How to Store Your Foods. But this is a tremendously good book that you might want to get. Now I don't recommend all the books because this is just books that I have.
Yeah, that we have.
That we have, yes. We're in this thing together, you know.
And I would love a root cellar, and one day maybe.
But now, if you're planning a cabin in the woods, a small one on your homestead, this is a book that I'm not sure you'll be able to find it in print anymore. Is on here on your cabin in the woods, how to build it, where to put it, how to place it on the property, all kind of things. This is a tremendously good book, good resource piece for you to have. There's also other books like Making the Best Family Preparedness Handbook. This is something you need. You've heard about being prepared. Some call it prepping. But you know what? If you're always putting up food somewhere, if you're saving food, drying it, freezing it, whatever you call it, you're prepping. You're getting things done. And then not just books, but a magazine. There's magazines out here, all kind. There's one called Pioneer Magazine. That's a real good one. You've heard of this one, Mother Earth News, and this was a real good one because how to do things with tarps and on your shelter and things like that. Use leaf litter. That's one of them.
And you know what? This one has basil on it. Let me tell y'all something. We planted basil this year. We planted basil before too. But I love basil. And y'all, there's a recipe for basil jelly. It's delicious. Put it on garlic toast with your spaghetti. I mean, I'll add that little sweetness to it. But anyway, basil, I trimmed some off the top of it the other day. And then I took those tops and I just stuck them in the ground right there beside the other basils. And do you know they're growing? It's fantastic. You can just stick stuff in the ground and it will grow.
You don't have to have some big old degree on how to grow food because all you're required to do is put the seed in the ground. God will take care of the growth. He'll be the one that gives the harvest.
He does.
And then we have to go collect it. Now this other one is Convert Your Lawn to a Food Garden. Now that wouldn't be bad at all. So there are just all kind of different magazines and books that you can get. And I think it's very critical to have some type of a library in your home. If you don't have it and the power goes out, you're not going to be able to pull up YouTube. You're not going to be able to watch TV. You won't get anything on your phone.
Because I love YouTube. I love watching all these homesteaders.
Oh, we watch a lot of these homesteaders. We've learned a lot on how to do certain things.
Absolutely.
And there's more books. There's new ones out all the time.
And all you homesteaders that we watch, we sure do thank y'all.
Yeah, we really do. They're out there, and we could make a list of all of them that we do.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Doug and Stacy too.
Oh
love
yeah.
Y'all.
Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, fantastic.
I've learned so much from them.
Oh yeah, and they just tell it like it is now. They're off the grid. They don't have any utility bills.
Off the grid, yeah.
Think about that.
Wouldn't
Wow.
that be wonderful? Yeah.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? No utility bills? Yeah. Wow. Well, you can if you go off grid.
Doug and Stacy.
Doug and Stacy can do it. We're learning some things, and we're going to be sharing some things with you about different things that we've learned. But now it's important on getting a library together. And I also, we're not going to stay up with this much longer, but I wanted you to know this thing about the seed saving, that people are already buying seeds.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not mentioning any names of any companies. If you say, well, I buy from this certain seed company every year. Well, did your seeds turn out the way that you expected them to? If they didn't, you might want to look at it. We didn't.
Yeah, ours didn't.
Some of ours didn't. So not going to name any names because sometimes it happens to those people and they don't even know they've happened or these things have happened.
Yeah.
But I want to encourage you to make sure you might want to go look over some seeds, get you a few. We're planning on doing that. Matter of fact, we planned to do it today, but here we are. But we're going to be checking on those seeds and getting us some. We've been seed saving, and you remember seeing all the different seeds we had and bags of seeds and seeds that I've been planting for years, like okra, that just stays and it knows our ground. This okra has been planted for 5-6 years, every single year, so it has become accustomed to our soil. It produces wonderful every year. So, but just wanted to share that with you. Get you a library, get it going. Don't put it off. It's not just, maybe it's on cooking, how to preserve your foods. We watch some of that on there. If you come to the place of something that's relatively new to a lot of people, is fermenting food. Fermenting is a way to help your body, help your gut, have all the different things that it needs. The good bugs is what we call them. You can get those through fermented foods. Now, if you want to learn some things about fermented foods, just write in the comment section that you'd like to see a video on how to ferment food. And it lasts, and it lasts, and it lasting, well, I won't say it lasts till you eat it all. And it's very, very good.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Garlic and honey fermented is very good.
Oh, yeah. That's
Very
a new
good.
one for us. Garlic and honey.
I didn't even realize. I didn't even think about that it was fermenting. We ferment foods all the time. But I had mixed up some minced garlic and honey one day. It's really good. So anyway, so I did that, and I just left it sitting out. Never even thought about that it was fermenting because I was taking this taste of it just about every day. And so anyway, but I keep that out constantly. But anyway, then all of a sudden it hit me. As a matter of fact, Stacy had made some, and when I saw her and fermenting that, it's like, oh my gosh. Rick says, Alice, does yours have bubbles? I said, yes.
It has bubbles.
So I have ferment. Whoa! Isn't that great? That's exciting.
It's exciting being on Butler Homestead. It really is.
A lot of times our best things are accidents.
Yeah, best things.
Yeah.
But folks, if you have any questions about us or what we're doing, or if you have any books that you'd like to share, any names or titles or anything, I'm always looking for books myself. Because we have libraries on how to build things. Because if the grid goes down, if you don't have books, boy, all of this electronic stuff is gone.
I have a list of books that I want to get.
And we're going to be getting more of them. So I want to give you this with a sense of urgency to begin building a library.
Yes.
Even on how to plan your garden out. What's the best companion planting? You can buy different things in different magazines and periodicals that'll tell you what goes best with each seed that you plant. You know, and basil and tomato, I think, goes together real good.
Yes.
And you cook with them, don't you?
Onion in there
Oh
too.
yeah. A little onion in there too. We're talking about food now. But we're gonna make some more. We're gonna make some food, and I've been cooking most of my life too, and so we do just country food. And but we're going to be doing some things. If you're interested in how to do meat productions, I know most people, if starting out with homesteading, have chickens, and that is a wonderful thing. Chicken and eggs, they go together real good. You'll want to do that. Matter of fact, we have got 41 eggs in our incubator. So in less than 3 weeks, we're going to have a bunch of biddies around, which will be some more layers that we're going to be needing in about 6 months. And any roosters that come along, we're going to just invite them, as one homesteader says, we're going to invite them to freezer camp. But these are things, of any interest that you have, we're here to minister to you and try to help you. So don't forget, check off that you like it, subscribe, share it with your friends, and ring the little bell. and you'll get
be
notifications.
Yeah, you'll be getting notifications.
Notifications of things that we've got coming on. But we're just glad you tuned in with us today. And this was our first one together.
Yeah.
And we're just excited about what God's going to be doing through our videos and how He's wanting to help and to work with you. And
we had made videos before we started doing YouTube, so we might throw some of those in sometimes.
Yeah,
They're just fun.
We got a lot of good ones, things that have gone on in the past.
One day we were carrying 10.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I had her dragging 14-foot long sheets of tin down one of our country roads. And anyway, that's a trip. We'll have to put that video on and let you see that. It's a hoot. It really is. Well, I think it's about that time. So come join with us next time. And right here, I'm Rick Butler on Butler Homestead.
And I'm Alice.
Good night. Y'all have a blessed
Bye-bye.
evening.